Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with an early live video today. This is going to be on the 26th chapter. I had promised to do it last night and I couldn't do it for whatever reason. I just was too busy at night when I came back from my busy time at the place that I was in. Anyways, chapter 26 is finally here. Hello, Leather Wolf. Welcome to the chat. Chapter 26 is the biggest one because it's the last one that we have of the current volume. You had a weird dream? Sorry to hear that, man. So, you have Sachi. She is in the room in the apartment, and she's waiting for Oni-san, and there's a knock, and that's how chapter 25 ends. Before I continue, hello Taco Mood. Anyways, then they do what they did in the third volume. They throw us to a loop, and they actually ignore that scene. And in this last chapter of the volume, they go back to the investigators and what they're doing. And the investigators are finding out clues to different stuff. First, to find out through the guy that was arrested, the teacher that was arrested, that he had seen her, and the last picture he had on his memory card was from just hours before he was arrested. So that is kind of sketchy in their part, as well as the other things they found out in the house of Sachi. For example, her school books were back in her room, even though the mom said that she had never gone back home from school. So other stuff like that, the investigators are figuring out that, you know, this kidnapping is not a normal kidnapping. So the investigator that is in charge of it, he's a good one. They go to eat, and at this restaurant, this girl drops water on him by accident. Circumstances leads them to her finding out that he's an investigator. And what happens is she encourages him to find this person that had worked with her. Now, if you haven't guessed it yet, this is the same girl from chapter 3 and 4 of the first volume, where Oni-san was working. And remember, Oni-san has thousands of names that he uses as, you know, backups. He never gives his real name out. He uses fake IDs, fake addresses. So this girl actually fell in love with Oni-san, and that's why he actually quit his job and never came back to that cafe. She gives him a picture of Oni-san and gives him the phone number and the address that he had left at the restaurant as a worker. So she leaves it to the investigators. The investigators ignore it, and towards the end of this chapter, as they're still trying to develop, you know, where is this girl, they kind of put one and one together as they see the picture of Oni-san, and then they realize the phone number that had called the police station to get the teacher arrested matches together. So they say if it's not the same person, they at least have a connection to each other. So he starts searching the area around her house and starts knocking on apartment doors just to see if he can find them. And he actually does end up knocking on the room where Sachi is. That is actually indeed the room that she's in. The person that knocked on the door on the previous chapter is the investigator. So what's gonna happen? I don't know. That's where the chapter ends. The 5th volume is supposed to be coming out this year, but I don't know when it will be translated. So not sure if I will be reviewing this anytime soon again, but it could be in the next month that I will be reviewing the English one. It seems like the translations come out pretty soon after the volume comes out. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's actually gonna hide again or if she's just gonna confront the investigators and try to convince them that she's actually happy with her kidnapper. So, so many things are happening. 26.5, the last little bit chapter they included in the volume, they just give us a little input of how when she came to Oni-san and how they bought clothes, how he gave her food, and how she was just amazed of all this new stuff that he had given her. So that's really the only special part of that one. So if you haven't seen the other chapters, I have 25 videos, guys, on this series, reviewing chapter by chapter. So if you haven't done that, go and do that. Also, if you haven't done that, subscribe to my channel. And then the last thing that I have to say, I have a giveaway. If you haven't signed up for the giveaway, make sure you go do that. I'm giving out some of the items that are behind me as well as other stuff. So so it's going back to present time and story. Yes, it keeps going back and forth. Leather Wolf, at one point, the entire second half of volume 3 and the first volume, the first half of volume 4, hey, I couldn't see your name, Frank, they focused so much on a flashback, and now they're back to present, and then when they were in present, they went back to a flashback of where they were going, Frisk Gaming, where the investigators are doing at the same time as what Oni-san and Sachi were doing. So yeah, they're kind of going back and forth, which is good. Out of 10, I'm gonna leave this one still at 8. I don't think there's enough stuff happening for me to move my rating. So right now, I'm just gonna leave it at 8 out of 10. I really love this series, and as I can see by just the views and just the first few chapters that I reviewed on this one, a lot of people are really also enjoying this series. So make sure you check it out. If you haven't checked it out, you can find it online. So thank you so much for all the support, guys. And if no one else has anything else to say, yes, Leather Wolf, Tokyo Game needs more popularity. If no one else has nothing else to say, don't be strangers.